Hey, everybody. Welcome to Impossible Coin, a podcast which is theoretically about video games. I am Brian Cartwright. I am joined by one Rocky Hardy.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm also joined by Tegan Somerset.
I am also here.
And welcome. Um, oh, um, y'all, I want to jump right into complaining about the Hearthstone meta already.
Sure, man.
Oh boy! I know a new deck released recently, right?
New card expansion. Which came
Yeah.
out on the Tuesday before we recorded this. It's called the Great Beyond. It has a space theme. Um, you're supposed to be building spaceships. Nobody is building spaceships.
Okay.
Um, like because the building of the spaceships takes too long,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and yep. Um, and like there's enough tools from previous expansions that people are like, "What? What are you trying to do here? I got an aggro deck to run,
Mhm.
and I got like 2 whole days of like play out of a control deck.
Mhm.
Um, and the goal of the control deck was to just like um control the opponent's board while I eventually exhaust my deck and then replace it with an infinite demon portal.
Okay.
And I had fun with it.
Mhm.
Um, it was very silly, and like it did things like add like health to my total. And there's a point where you like destroy a bunch of cards in your opponent's deck, which are they're cheaper cards, which for aggro decks is super duper frustrating because aggro decks are just like bleh, trying to barf out as much as possible as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Then it took 2 whole days. 2 whole days. By Thursday, people were like, you know what? I think we've discovered that the new meta is Elemental Mage and Asteroid Shaman. And I go on ladder,
Mhm.
and it is just elemental fucking mage after elemental fucking mage, just over and over and over again.
Mhm.
Then here's the part where I get to scrim. I'm gonna do a heckin' scrim here.
Mhm.
Um, just like I understand that like there are like layers of just like absolute resource stripping that like occur now. Like we are inside of this like nesting doll of failure. Like once upon a time, Hearthstone was a well cared for game when it was like one of Blizzard's teams. Um, Activision then was like, you know what? Maybe we could save some dollars and cents on Hearthstone
Mhm.
and reduce its resources. Um, and like the change was noticeable. A lot of the original Hearthstone team went and formed their own company because they didn't want none. Um, and then you know, like we've now truly reached the name of the Hearthstone team is Team Five. So now we've reached the like this nesting doll of failure, which is like rolls all the way up to the fact that like Activision is now like a Microsoft thing. And it's just like what in the like what resources do they have left? Um like because the any amount of playtesting whatsoever should have surfaced that like right now Elemental Mage is like fast enough and powerful enough to just overpower everything. Um there's a card which Elemental Mage runs um which is it's a 3 mana card, and it um it's an elemental, and its battle cry reads destroy the top 3 cards of your deck unless
Mm-hmm.
they are elementals or fire spells. The idea being that it's supposed to be a risk reward thing. Maybe there's cards that get destroyed. Maybe you draw an elemental or two. But if people build decks which are only elementals and fire spells, then
Mm-hmm.
the card is always just going to draw 3.
Right.
Like it just yeah. And so basically it's this card now that just like draws 3. Um and like there's a different elemental which is a 4 mana card, and its battle cry reads, draw a card. Repeat for every elemental you played last turn. Um, so like
That
between
sounds like an
yeah,
easy exploit.
Yeah.
it sure is.
Okay, cool,
It
cool,
sure
cool.
is. Yep. Especially considering that there is a 1 mana elemental whose battle cry is to put another 1 mana elemental into your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you could have and there's a 2 mana elemental whose cost is reduce the cost of your next elemental by 2. Um, so conceivably, you could on turn 3 play 3 different elementals, and so then on turn 4, when you play that card, you'll draw 4 cards off of it. On turn 4, you are drawing 4 cards and getting a minion on the board for 4 fucking mana.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean, early
and
game mage
like
sounds busted. That just makes
it,
sense.
yep, it sure is. And there is a 5 mana elemental which it has 7 attack and 4 health, so at least it's not that strong a body. But here's its battle cry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do 7 damage if you played an elemental the previous turn.
Very good. Oh my god.
Yeah, super great. Super great. So like it just endlessly like there's just like so much like endless chain of like a card draw and damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole point of the deck is you just like keep on like busting your opponent in the face repeatedly over and fucking over. Um until you draw this card called Lamplighter. And you can
Mm-hmm.
have 2 Lamplighters in your deck.
Okay.
Lamplighter, deal 1 damage to a target for each previous turn that you played an elemental. So
Oh
if you
wow.
played an elemental for 15 straight turns,
Right.
your battle cry is to do 15 damage to something.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Lamplighter
very
is
much
a 4 mana card to play. That is it. That is it.
it's a real it's your birthday kind of deck, you know?
It is. It is. It's very much like it is. Oh man, people left and right shouting, "It's your birthday" to me.
Yeah,
Like
I hear that.
it's been my birthday every day since Thursday. What the
Uh,
fuck?
honestly, Brad, I know that's not your vibe, but that sounds like an exceptional time for someone at the beginning of an expansion. I'm sorry that it's happening to you.
Oh, he is fucking right.
Speaking of fucking 4-day birthday, man, like that kind of sounds sick. I'm not gonna lie.
The best news is, like, I am 100% confident in your ability to overcome someone else's birthday.
Yeah, you just got to be the adult in the room. I can't wait for your I'm the adult in the room sit down deck. That sounds like fun.
You mean my turn the chair around backwards deck?
Yeah.
Hey bud. Hey bud.
So, you thought it was your birthday.
Yeah.
Not every birthday is your birthday.
You know what the coolest elemental is? Responsibility.
God damn it.
Are you really going to take those fire elementals out in public, son? What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing?
I know.
That's it. That's the new mission. I got to make a no, you can't have the car on Friday night day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah,
that's what I'm waiting for.
100%.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
Oh man,
Oh,
Brian, I do want to tell you about a different collectible card game that you might want to yell about. Yeah, the Pokemon Company, they released a new mobile app for their trading card game Pocket, which seems to be like, a simpler entry point to the card game as opposed to their existing Pokemon TCG Live app. TCG Live is meant to be like a very like one-to-one Pokemon card game experience just on like mobile apps and tablets and whatnot. Like
mhm.
you're able to build decks to like the tournament legal size, like 60 cards. It uses the standard play style of like international play. It's just a terribly unoptimized app. There's so many people that constantly have problems with it, and so instead of fixing that app, the Pokemon Company decided to make a new one that plays a lot smaller, which is the Pokemon TCG Pocket. You can't build 60 card decks there. In fact, the deck size max you can build is 20 cards. It's a much faster game. And they've changed some of the rules of like how you play it, honestly, for better or worse. But they seem to have really like put a lot of energy into like the UI, where like or not UI specifically, but UX, like the experience of like handling the cards, like opening packs is like very similar to like what you would do in real life. Like you have a physical pack that you can like manipulate and like spin around and whatnot. Some of them actually like have like crinkles and creases the way that like the foil packs would, and you like slash across like the top of it to like cut off the top of the pack to pull out the individual cards. You can arrange them
Wow.
into like little like banners and things that you can show people.
Sure.
Like you can make a little display. You can create binders to collect your favorite cards as a collection and like showcase them as part of your account. And the card game itself, the actual like battle system and the act of like collecting cards to make what appears to be a functional deck is pretty good, at least for the honeymoon stage. The app released, I think, about a couple weeks ago. I think we're looking at like our third week with the app now.
Mm.
And the honeymoon phase is like officially over for people who started on day one. And there's a lot to take a look at. One of the things that people have like complained about, like people who are familiar with the card game, is that unlike other TCGs, let alone like Pokemon TCG in general, it feels really bad to go first when you're playing people. They've changed a couple of things. I don't know how familiar you both are with the Pokemon trading card game, but like you have cards that like you put energy on, similar to like Magic the Gathering,
Right.
with like lands, and like those energies will allow the Pokemon to use their various abilities. And generally speaking, when you're playing the Pokemon trading card game, on your first turn, it's very simple. You get your 5 cards at the beginning of your set, and then you draw a card at the beginning of your turn, and you can place a single energy. You can only place like one per turn, and that's how your turn usually takes place. If you have a Pokemon that can act with a single energy, then that's fine. You can just use the energy, use that attack, and that's your first turn. Or the first turn, actually, you can't attack. You can use abilities that don't do damage as long as you have the energy for them. But in TCG Pocket, the advantage that the second player gets is that they get to place an energy, and the first person can't place energy at all unless they have like a special card ability that allows them to do so. But like you just don't draw any energy. Also, one of the things that may contribute to the limited deck size is that unlike the standard Pokemon trading card game, there are no energy cards that you add to your deck. Instead, you get like 1 energy per turn that are based on like the arrangement of like Pokemon in your deck that just kind of appears once per turn, like as kind of like a mana system. So like on turn 2, the second player will get to pull an energy and then place it on their deck. As a result, because the decks are small, it's probably better this way. Monotype decks are very popular because if you can control what type of energy you get every turn, then it's much easier to plan around. As opposed to if you have a mixture of Pokemon in your deck, it's harder to like place like the correct kind of energy if you need a particular type to activate an ability. Also, there's been a write up about it that I saw earlier today, and I had to dig into because I have the app. There are a staggering 12 different kinds of currency currently in TCG Pocket.
What the fuck?
No, no,
Yeah, there's
no.
like there's one that's like exactly paid, which is like the Poke Gold, which can be exchanged for et cetera, like everything else. But like there are currencies that allow you to buy packs. There's a currency that allow you to do something called wonder trading, which is where if you can basically pull a single card at random from someone else's pulled pack. So like you'll see like the 5 cards that someone pulled in a pack, and then you can use the wonder trade currency to pull one of those cards. There are a few different kinds of event currency that are currently in play for like the events that you're able to do, which like they refill like once per 12 hours. I think all of them do. But it's kind of staggering that there's just all sorts of like tiny bits of like segregated currency throughout the game. It's still really strange. That being said, the game is very popular. It made about $20 million off of its first day with 5 million downloads. There's definitely a lot going on in it. Like whenever I do queue up for a match, I literally find an opponent in seconds. I don't know how long this will last, but we'll see what's going on in the coming weeks.
Okay, so I have a question about this wonder trade thing.
Sure.
Um, does that remove it from the other player's inventory? Are you taking their
No.
card?
No.
Okay.
It is fully collaborative. In fact, you can have people on your friends list that will be prioritized in Wonder Trade, and you'll be able to just see the kind of cards that your friends are pulling. And if there's something in that set that you want, you can, spend some of the Wonder Trade currency to try to pull one of those cards for yourself.
Okay, all right. So I have a question about, like, I guess gold or whatever, the thing which is like you
Paid currency.
give them money, they give you currency thing.
Sure.
Can that currency, here's the fucking insidious part. Can that currency be used to purchase the other currencies?
Yes. It's kind of used specifically like for fills, if I remember correctly. Like the game gives you like an X amount of like the paid currency to begin with. And when I was pulling cards last night, I was just exhausting the card pulling like currency that I had to just get as many pulls as I had as possible. And when I nearly exhausted my actual currency, it said I could use Poke Gold to supplement it. And it's like a fraction of like whatever the actual pull currency is. Like you need like 12 to basically skip the 12 hours that you'd wait for a new pack to populate. And in Poke Gold, that translates to 6 Poke Gold. And they all seem to work that way. Like the event currency, the Wonder Trade currency, all have like a fraction of which that you could use to exchange Poke Gold for.
Right. So there are things that okay, again, using Hearthstone as my yardstick because
That's
that is
fine.
where I spend a lot of my time.
Mm-hmm.
There are things that Hearthstone does with like the math of like pack opening.
Okay.
Um, where every pack you open will have at least one rare in it, and it may have more. And there are like various like back end things going on saying like, oh, you've already opened uh, 2 of this thing from this expansion, but you don't yet have like you don't yet have like the full set from this expansion. So we will now throttle the possibility of you getting um this particular card again.
Oh,
It'll
you're talking
still,
about like
yeah.
pity.
Um, there's a
Well, like
different thing which is
reverse
a
pity, I guess.
Yeah, like, and there are like, it does have what it calls like a pity timer for getting legendaries in your pools.
Mhm,
Um, like, have you opened 15 packs without a legendary in it? Well, then here comes a fucking legendary.
mhm,
Um, but like, I guess what I'm saying is that like, if you do stuff in Hearthstone, like diligently sit on your gold, and you earn all the gold from like the battle pass and expansion, and you play regularly, and you clear your dailies, um, and you stack um, standard packs, which are packs which could have cards from any current legal expansion.
mhm.
So if you open standard packs and you stack your gold, um, it is entirely conceivable to get most of an expansion, and an expansion is like 145 cards. To get
Okay.
most of an expansion on day one of the expansion with no money out of pocket.
Mhm.
Um, so I guess what I'm interested in is like, I think that there's two different types of like possible fuckery here.
Okay.
Let's call the x-axis of our fuckery graph money, and we'll call the y-axis of our fuckery graph time. And generally, when games which present themselves as free to play have 1900 different currencies, it's because what they're trying to do is say, like, okay, we've set up so many different barriers to have the thing that you want to accomplish with time, um, like, be conceivable, that you'll just go, fuck it, and spend money.
Okay.
Um, that's what's going on in TCG Pocket.
I doubt it, honestly. Because there was an analysis that someone's done, and it seems fine. Like it doesn't like their methods seem okay. And what they were trying to do was basically simulate how long it would take to complete the current set, which is called Genetic Apex, which has like packs with Charizard, Mewtwo, and Pikachu on the fronts.
Hmm.
And they ran about, let's say, about 10,000 simulations based off of like their first like 1,000 pulls on day one, and assuming that there isn't anything like different that will change in the future, which there may be, because the game publishes like the odds of like pulling each individual card, and like those might be like modified as you get closer to the end of expansion, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We don't know any of that, but assuming right now, right, if all things being equal, there is another mechanic that I mentioned. Every time you pull a pack, you get something similar to dust and Hearthstone, which will allow you to essentially trade in for specific cards if you need them. Um, but all the tools that are available currently in Pokemon TCG Pocket, if you were to spend, if your goal was to collect all the cards, all the existing cards in the Genetic Apex set, the amount of time that it would take of continuous play is 655 days. Or if you did so with the premium pass, which is like their paid like battle pass that gives you an extra pack per day, about 437. If you take out the secret cards, or which are like cards that you can pull but aren't really counted as part of the main set until you like get access to one, it would take a lot less. It takes about 130 days, which is about 4 months, 4 months in a week. Or 87 with a premium pass, which is about 3 months. If you're trying to translate that specifically in the packs, they said that it would take on average 3,687 packs to finish the set if you just did it through the packs, as opposed to any of the other tools that are available, which translates to about, what is this, about 5 years, 1,843 days, or 1,229 if you have the premium pass. And if let's say you did want to try to outright buy enough packs to get the set, it would cost you about $3,200.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Right. So like at the very least, this game isn't meant for completionists as far as I can tell. Unless you want to continuously play forever. But uh if you consider both money and time, like it doesn't scale down in either direction. Like they want you to kind of keep playing if you really want to collect everything. Which
Oh
I'm not gonna.
no, man, they're whale hunting. They whale hunting. They
Yeah,
whale.
maybe so. I could believe that, but if you're not a completionist, like especially for like Pocket, you can just kind of sit down and fuck around. To be honest, and it's not like that Pocket's the only trading card game like app available. But if you're talking about officially through the Pokemon Company, between this and live is definitely a much more fuller experience, but it's not tuned as well. And I'm pretty sure that Pocket is working a lot better because it's new and maybe it uses like a different like framework that like live depended on.
Oh man, Jesus Christ! I'm sorry. I'm thinking about this thing which has got like this infinite treadmill where they're like, please get on our treadmills, please get on our treadmills, or give us $3,200. I would, God, I wish
Hmm.
I knew how many people had already given them $3,200. Um, man,
I'm sure that info's available somewhere, you know?
Yeah, I mean like the Pokemon Company has it.
yeah, it's uh, well, that's the kind of stuff which will have to be like dragged out of them, like kicking and screaming. I don't think that they'll even like line by line that like in anything like an earnings report, because
Right.
that is like, I mean, I mean, I guess the thing is by setting the threshold for completion so high, and then having so many different types of currency. Boy, howdy, I sure do have some concerns about like, um, with it being so like, with the ability to complete the set being so far out of players' hands.
Hmm.
I'm like, man, is it sure does feel like um they're trying to like evoke the gambling brain chemicals in kids. I mean, I don't know if I'm sitting here being hysterical or not.
It's actually very
Um,
funny because Kotaku literally ran an article whose headline read, "Let's not pretend Pokemon TCG Pocket is promoting gambling to children." End quote.
Yeah, they
jeez,
said the same thing. They went, gambling for kids.
Right.
I guess at least I'm in good company then. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Fuck.
If you want to see it, like it's literally says that.
Uh, you hate to see it. You
Hmm.
hate to see it. Oh my God. Um, I ugh.
Hmm.
And I like the idea of like physically opening packs. That sounded neat.
It is neat. Yeah.
Yeah, little tactile, little
It can
tactile.
be neat and malicious at the same time. That's entirely
It,
possible.
Hmm.
yeah, it sure is. Oh, oh. Okay, I'm gonna be over here slowly turning into a skeleton in the desert.
Okay. But
No.
also, again, like maybe I don't feel this way because I've never been a completionist. To be honest, like that's not who I am. I know that specifically. But like this feels especially mean to completionists, but like for everyone that's not, it just kind of feels like it feels like a pastime. You know what I mean? Like if your goal is to like complete your gotcha game, then like this is a uniquely frustrating experience and it's good to know that they're doing it on purpose. However, if you think that Pokemon cards are neat and you're interested in playing a smaller version of the trading card game without diving into all of its complexities at once, this may be a good first step.
If your goal is to complete your gotcha game, I have bad news about how gotcha games work.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. There's a reason they're called gotcha games.
Hmm.
Yes, because they're based on the gachapon sound.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
GG's. I haven't played other card games, but they're not collectible card games. Well, I guess you do collect cards in them, but that's not how I would describe them.
okay.
I've been playing a lot of Slay the Spire. I've been climbing the ascensions, and the game just gets progressively meaner. It looks like I'm not at A20 yet, which is the highest level of ascension with any character. But I'm on ascension 14 with the Silent. For people who are familiar with Slay the Spire, once you clear the game with any particular character, then you have the ability to take on these challenge levels, which still have you claim the same spire, but they add modifiers every time. The modifiers that I currently have active are that elites, which are like mini bosses, spawn more often. Normal enemies deal more damage. Elites deal more damage. The bosses deal more damage. You heal less after boss battles, because initially in the game you would clear a boss and then start on a new like floor or a new act, and you'd get all of your health back. Now you only get 75%. You Every time I start a run, I start with only 90% of my health instead of 100. Normal enemies are tougher, which means they have more HP and they are better at blocking. Elites have more HP, bosses have more HP. I start each run cursed, which means there's just a cursed card in my deck that effectively does nothing, but it just takes up a slot and makes my draw a little less reliable. I have less access to potions. Upgraded cards appear less often. Bosses now pay me less for beating them, and I start with less max HP. And then if I clear it 5 more times, then I will be at the highest level of difficulty for this particular class that I'm playing, which is a Silent, which is a rogue with poison mechanics and shibs and what have you. It's a good time, but it's pretty intense. I can definitely understand at this point why people have put thousands of hours into this video game. I am still only just past 200 hours, but it may take me another 800 to get to A20 Silent. Who knows? We'll find out.
Cool. So, how much of your current gaming like horsepower is devoted to this? Like, how
Uh,
much slaying the spire are you doing a week?
uh, I don't really know. I haven't thought about it like that in a while, but let's say 20%. Let's say if I did play, I don't know, 25 hours of video game in a week, about 5 of it would be about Slay the Spire. That sounds about like one real run per day. Like if I take a run and I go all the way to the end, that's about an hour. That sounds about right.
Okay. What else you playing?
I'm also playing Balatro. Um, I've like poked around Balatro lately. I've recently started to get more serious. I've been trying to explore some of like they're not quite the challenges yet because I don't have that level of mastery. But I found a deck that I vibe with, which is the checkered deck, um, which makes it so that all the cards in your deck start as either hearts or spades. Basically, you just get 26 hearts and 26 spades. And I've been playing it primarily as a flush deck because it's easier to get those in general. And building with like that kind of win con in each hand is really helpful for like navigating the rest of the stuff in the game, like selecting jokers that would be best on a particular run, identifying like which vouchers are most beneficial to me, what planet cards to target on any particular run. Once I get a bit more comfortable, I think I'll move back to the other decks, but I've been just playing increasing levels of antes while like I forget what the actual thing is called, but like the tokens, the like chips that you like activate, which like add increasing levels of difficulty. Like the first one makes it so that the first ante just doesn't give you any money. The second makes it so that the each individual round like scales up in challenge faster than the normal game state. And currently, I'm experimenting with these things called eternal jokers, which are jokers that once you buy, they will be stuck in your inventory. You cannot sell or destroy them, which means you're committing to them for the duration of the run. And so, like, now I have to, I guess, adjust my flowchart for not just jokers that are good, but jokers that are good enough to compete for an eternal slot, or jokers that if I buy at a particular moment, what I can play around in later stages of the game when I definitely need more points.
Um, I feel like I should. I feel like I should fuck with this video game.
I hear it's good on mobile.
I, I was gonna say like I know that it is currently it is now in Apple Arcade, which means
Mhm.
that like I I spend $0 accessing this because it is part of Apple Arcade. And
Right.
man, there's just there's something about like the way that it just like takes like standard suits and um like I am there's a lure. There's a lure. Like there's something like interesting about like its mechanics. Like I kind of want to get my hooks in it.
It's really
Um,
transformative as far as like how
yeah,
it's messing around with the known conceits of poker and like
yeah.
turning it into something else.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Um,
not gonna lie. Whenever people talk about Balatro, it feels to me like they're talking about that 4D chess with time travel game. You
I'm not
know?
I'm not gonna lie, they kind of are, Tegan.
Yeah, I'm just I don't have a basis in any kind of card game, so like hearing also additional fuckery around is like, wow. Good luck, I guess.
Oh man. I think it is cool because like one thing that I've learned is that because a lot of people can get into Balatro if they already have an understanding of poker, is that like learning to talk about Balatro with other people is like exploring a new dialect of like a language you already know, which is very fun.
Mm.
Like I was telling a couple friends about one of the flush runs that I had, and I had cleared the game, quote unquote, because like you have to get through like eight antes or eight like 3 round sections to advance to the next one to like win a run. But then at the end of the run, it gives you an option to either start a new one or to keep going. And it'll just like generate ante 9 or like, et cetera, et cetera. And I was doing very well with a flush deck that I had manipulated to be primarily about the spades. So like I would get more points when I play spades, and then I set it up where I would get better. I'd get rewards if I kept hearts in my hand, as opposed to playing them on like a particular turn. And so I was slowly, basically destroying or replacing the hearts in my deck with spades, so that it'd be like a spade oriented deck. And then at the boss ante for 9, the challenge, which like they give you like a condition that you have to follow, or basically a hurdle you have to cross and still get this high point total, was all spade cards are debuffed. And I just looked at the game completely inconsolable, like, but Balatro, my whole deck is made of spades, and they did not care.
And it
Like,
was like, yeah, and that's
yeah,
your problem.
yeah. And the worst part is that I barely lost in terms of like point totals. Like, I think like the threshold I had to cross was like 460,000, and I lost it like 449, despite not being able to count any of the points on my actual spades. It was kind of bullshit. I was a little mad, but what are you gonna do? That's how dice rolls sometimes, or whatever. Oh, Brian, this probably may not be a selling point for you, but I do want to mention that the mascot of Balatro is getting a plushie. His name is Jimbo, and I'm going to place him in this chat for your viewing pleasure.
Okay, before I click on this chat, I need to know if what I'm going to see is a panda jump scare.
No pandas. Dude, we're not monsters, man. Like, we usually warn you when we send you a panda. We do laugh about it, but we warn you.
Yeah. We're like, haha, we're gonna send this to Brian.
Yeah. His name is Jimbo. What, you're not pro clowns? I didn't know that. I'm sorry, man.
Well, he's kind of he's kind of got he's a little unpleasant boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a certain je ne sais quoi.
That's one way of putting it.
Mm.
Jiminy Christmas. Look at it.
Jim Boney Christmas, you know?
Yeah,
Oh
right?
no. Oh no.
Isn't he great? What a little freak.
He's definitely a unit, that's for sure.
He's something. He sure something else.
Oh man.
My. Oh my.
Okay, I did want to mention two more things. One that brings me fear and the other that brings me joy. The thing that brings me fear is that the next Final Fantasy 14 patch is going up the coming Tuesday after recording. So by the time this is out, I will be neck deep in raid diagrams and colorful particle explosions as I try to figure out how the new ultimate works, which is called Futures Rewritten.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reimagining of the events of the Eden raid tier, which came out with Shadowbringers, so you know that it was a banger. And one of the things that they introduced at the time was the concept of girlfriends. But one of the things that they did not do was let the girlfriends join together. In fact, they were tragically separated. And I think this one is going to be, what if the girlfriends became one? I think that is what we're going to have to do here. And it is going to be a time. And they're going to try to kill me during the entire duration. Tegan has already seen this, but I'm gonna put this image in this chat as well, and I want you to pay close attention to the angel figure at the top of this image, and this is probably going to be our actual raid boss. And if I'm looking at this correctly,
it looks so good.
Like she's angel coded. She has hip wings, one dark and one light. And she's basically the red-haired girlfriend, hair on top, but like the dark-haired girlfriend outfit and like undercolored hair with it. And she's definitely gonna fight me with the powers of light and darkness after I defeat like not Shiva and not Ultimisia from Final Fantasy VIII. And that's gonna be a mess. Also, I gotta fight her weird fusion like dad/father figure, which is gonna be a time. In fact, I probably won't even be able to beat that before this episode comes out. But if anyone wants to know, just hit me up. And I can give you a lowdown. It's one of the things that's going to be happening.
It's so good. You can't kill her. She's so good.
I'm gonna that's another thing. Because Tegan, this is an ultimate fight, which means that one, this is not only something that did not happen, but in terms of the canon of the game, but also it is a obvious embellishment by a bard that I told what happened to. So like I've done this before, and then I get to catch up with the bard, and he's like, "Hey, got any new stories to tell me?" And it's like, "Well, there was this one time where," and then you talk about the girlfriends. Huh, that's really interesting. And then he writes a song about it, and then the song describes the fight that you had, but with embellishments, and then you do the fight.
And then he's just like, I can't believe they used their internal love for each other to combine into one being, and then they crushed you.
Yes, exactly.
And you're just like, that's not what happened. And it's like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's the exact vibe of the ultimate fights, actually.
To be a bard in Final Fantasy.
It's a good time. But yeah, there's that. They're also going to add fully so like Domin Mahjong, or in the real world we know it as Rishi Mahjong, which is the Japanese flavor of Mahjong, is already in the game, but they're also going to be fully voicing the Mahjong. with the major characters, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, or at least what used to be the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. They've since broken up, but this is their after saving the world gig. They're going to be commentating my mahjong matches for me. So there's also that.
They break up.
Sorta.
Oh,
it comes up. You'll get there when you get there, Tease.
I'm so sad. All my friends are going to go to college. I'm not going to be able to go to college.
Actually, that's another thing. Actually, canonically, the one thing that all the Scions actually have in common is that they all went to the same college and were part of the same secret society.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You do get to go to their college. That's largely what Endwalker is about. But, well, not largely, but definitely like the first act of Endwalker is that you get to see where everyone went to college and hang out there for a while.
I get to go, man, you guys lived like this? And they go, yeah, it wasn't that bad. Or I don't remember it being that bad.
And the thing that brings me joy is that on the same day that the Final Fantasy XIV expansion, or not expansion, but patch update comes out, Beastie Ball is coming out. So the thing that I've been yelling about, the Volleyball X Pokemon game that seems entirely delightful and well designed, is going to be available for purchase. I won't have to purchase it because I believed in it the whole time and I backed it since the Kickstarter days. So I will just be able to download it because I've already loaded the key into my Steam client. So happy birthday to me.
Well, let's try to keep the birthdays in check this week, okay?
Brian, your birthday beef is not with me. You're okay. It's fine. My birthday will not hurt you. In fact, I feel like my birthday will actually bring you joy. I'll make sure of it.
Fantastic. On
My
birthdays,
birthday
everyone is
isn't
supposed to get cake on birthdays.
My birthday's not going to do anything for anybody.
Not even for you, Teeks?
Not even for me. It's Black Friday. Are you fucking kidding me?
That means you can watch the carnage from like your roof or whatever.
Yeah, but like I can't go anywhere and I can't do anything because everybody is busy.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I hear that.
Half my friends are out of town, so we have to celebrate later.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope they send messages and stuff on the day.
Yeah, they'll do that. It'll be fine.
I remember, I think it was actually 2020 on, because like that was, my birthday's in April. And so in April 2020, the country was actually locked down, at least for like the 2 weeks that it was, the streets were barren and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And, I remember my friends, sent me stuff. Like they sent me like, well wishes and stuff. A couple things showed up in the mail. One of my friends personally delivered ramen from my favorite local ramen spot. One of my friends from out of town ordered me a peach cobbler from this country restaurant in town to have delivered to me. And that was really nice. It was a good time.
That sounds like fun.
Like this episode, for reasons that are obvious, has filled me with a desire for birthday cake and ramen, and I'm just gonna die in carb death. Is what I want to do.
Yeah, do it.
Good luck, have fun, Brian.
I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what I would do.
I mean, I'm getting back into miso, so like, I probably should experiment. I've been meaning to get back into shoyu, but like, I don't know about burning that much like soy sauce on that. But like, I've been having a good time with miso broths lately, so fuck with it, man.
Yeah. Well, yummy yellow cake, and then some little spicy 10 men. Let's just do it.
Let's get it.
Yeah. Tegan, other than lamenting the date of your birth, what have you been up to?
Lamenting the date of my birth. No, I've been playing. I started playing House Flipper
Okay.
yesterday. I get it. I didn't get it before. I get it. Yeah, it's fun. I like fixing people's houses. They don't know what they want. I know what they want.
You
know?
Yeah, for sure.
They're like, we want this bedroom to be bright green. And I'm like, no, you fucking don't. I'll do it, but you're wrong. It's all my favorite parts of Zillow house hunting with none of the actual effort of believing a real person did this. You know?
For sure.
It's like, yeah, I want you to tear down this wall into my child's bedroom. And I'm like, okay, weirdo. I don't know why you want me to do that, but sure. You're making some choices here that I would not make.
Okay, like I just few years back, back in the early days of personal pan pizza, there was a Zillow experience that was a thing on this podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Where we looked at this house.
We looked
and
at the church house.
The church house. And it had there were so many different things about it that were confusing.
It had
and
everything.
It had two different basements. I remember us like ascending from a basement and then descending into an entirely different basement. And we're like, what is even happening? And then doing the legwork and understanding why the bathroom looked that way. Like, why does the bathroom look that way? Oh, that was a baptismal. That's a baptismal. And that's not supposed to be a conventionally used bath. It's weird that it's now a conventionally used bath. And just going like full tilt boogie, like in this like weird space. Like I remember there were like scavenger hunts that emerged around that Zillow house. Like there was like the find the cat. Like there's a cat somewhere in one of the images. Can you find him looking at you? And like there was find the cat. Then there was find the litter box. It's like, holy shit, that house has only got one fucking litter box in it.
And it's all the way over there.
Yeah. And just like wandering up and down like the aisles of weird stuff and going like, okay, what the fuck is this? Why are these toys here?
DVD room.
Yeah, the weird DVD room. And it really for a while just like set off like a chain of like looking at weird houses. I remember there was like one I think that we looked at, which was like the kind of like I want to call them like weird suburban Dracula house would be the best way to describe it. They had like lots of like let's go football stuff up in their house, but like also weird coffin shaped beds with like purple velvet in them and just like weird, just absolutely weird dog shit. And like the thing that I love most about those houses and that experience, and the thing I love about Zillow is like the sense of discovery. You're like looking at things and going like, what the fuck is this? Why is this? And like I guess what I'm curious about, Tegan, is like that's the biggest draw for me for Zillow house hunting is sense of discovery. And I would think that like if you're an active participant in the space, that sense of discovery would be smaller.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
Okay.
But still fun, you know? Like,
Yeah.
one of the early, like, houses you have to do is, like, this guy who's like, I'm retired, and I rent out this house to a bunch of college kids, and they fucking destroyed it. And I was like, oh, did they now? What did they do in your sweet bungalow that you lent these children, you know? These fully adult children. And they, like, spray painted on the walls, but, like, the tags they spray painted, not that they didn't make any sense, but they didn't make any sense. You know, there were like posters of fake celebrities I've never heard about all over the place. Bottles and bottles and bottles of wine, which is not what I would expect from a frat house, but okay. You know? And it was just real neat. But yeah, I'm having fun. I got a lawnmower this morning. That's why I was late. I was busy unlocking my lawnmower. So now I can cut everybody's grass, including my own. I don't understand yet though, like there is also very much like a house upgrade system for like you, the person running this non-taxed handyman business, you know?
Okay.
And I haven't quite figured out how it works yet, but like as you get the like skills and tools to do different upgrades to other houses, you can then apply them to like the little place you're living in.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I've fully upgraded at this point. I've fixed the bathroom that I have so it's not all nasty, and I've like retiled it, and I painted all the walls, and I put in new doors and like that kind of stuff. And I'm like, there are other properties here that it seems to be implying that I can buy, but I just haven't gotten to the part where it's like, okay, now you can buy, if you fix up the house you're in, you could buy a new one, you know, and like sell the one you had. So like I'm interested to see what other houses there are, you know, for like me to personally fix up myself.
Sure.
Eee.
Like it seems like that might have okay, like I like me video games sometimes which have what I'll call like satisfying non-threatening activity loops.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And
it's
yeah,
100% a satisfying, non-threatening activity loop. Also, there are houses that are like have lots of cockroaches in them.
Mhm.
And when you first encounter a house with cockroach, like it, in the settings, you can change the cockroaches to broken glass if you want instead.
mhm.
And it reminds you at the beginning when you walk into a house that has cockroaches, like, hey, if you don't like cockroaches, you can change that to broken glass right now before you see any cockroaches. And I think that's really cool to like, just like, hey, reminder, this setting is here for you to use. You haven't needed it yet, but now you might need it. So we want to
What's that?
remind you it exists.
Real.
What's that? That Microsoft game about like being tiny in a backyard? Um,
Grounded.
Grounded, yeah. And they've got their like, don't like spiders, make spiders fuck off slider. Um,
Yeah.
Actually,
in
that's
this,
like becoming more industry standard nowadays.
Mm-hmm. They also have they have that in what is it? Lethal Company, where they just replace the spiders in the game with the word spider.
I know Monster Hunter also has at least the new one has an arachnophobia like slider that's being added.
I like it.
Hmm.
Good for more people to be like, arachnophobia is a real super bad thing that will stop people from playing your games.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's super low stress. It's super non threatening, you know?
okay, because like there
And
there
I'm
are
excited
games
to
that like
update my
present
little shack.
themselves as like as low stress, things, but like they actually end up feeling
Hmm.
higher stress.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
this is no stress. It's not even, I
okay.
wouldn't even say it's low stress. I'd say it's no stress. Like there's no
Oh, that's
timer. You don't have to like fix the house in a certain amount of time or you lose money. It's like take your time with it. Do whatever, you know?
yeah.
Just paint this, please paint this bedroom this color blue. I don't care what else you do. Just paint this bedroom blue. Thanks.
Like a good example of a game I would call like a secret stress game because like you look at the aesthetics of it and such, you're like, oh, that looks like that'd be low stress. But what is actually a secret stress game
Mhm.
is Animal Crossing. Because it has so many demands of you. It's like, hey, do you want some carpet? Well, then you better be here the day that the carpet camel's here. Um, that pelican is washed up on the beach again. better take care of that. Oh, you've got a neighbor who wants you to come over from like at 3 p.m. today. If you don't come over at 3 p.m., he's going to be pretty fucking sore at you and he might move out. Like, it has all these ways to like make it feel insistent, which exist right beneath the surface. But what you're describing, Tegan, just sounds like just sitting there, like popping bubble wrap or squeezing
Yeah.
Play-Doh.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
exactly the vibe.
Oh,
It's very chill.
dig it. Fucking dig it. Does it play well with a controller?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't play with a controller. I don't know how. Xbox controllers are too big for my little hands. So I need to invest. I need to just like shut up and invest in a nano controller. Not shut up, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I get you.
I need to just do it. I need to
Find a
just
controller
do
that
it.
fits for you. Yeah.
Yeah, the nano ones seem like they're someone I know finally purchased one and did like a measurement thing, and it seems like they're about as big as a Switch controller. And like that's really the right size for my teeny tiny little hands. So I'm hoping that'll be the solution that allows me to play games on Xbox. Because like Alex has Game Pass, and there are tons of games that I would love to check out that are on Game Pass, you know? But like I can't. Controller too big, hands too small. Feel like a T-Rex. I have little arms, you know? I can't reach all the buttons.
For sure. Yeah, comfort's important.
And especially for like me, because like all of my other hobbies are very craft focused, and so I use my hands a lot, you know. And now that it's cold season, they get outy in the cold. Silly old people problems now. Ouchie hands.
I don't think these are old people problems, Tegan.
Yeah, I know, but like, you know, I always thought of them as like old people problems, you know? Oh, it's cold and now your hands hurt. It's like, okay, Grandma. Okay, Grandma. That's never going to happen to me.
Yeah, you're just cooking old people this whole time, Tegan. Come on,
the whole time. I was just like, hey, that sounds like a fake problem, but sure, I believe you. And now I'm like, oh no, yeah, I just have bad circulation and my hands get real cold. When my hands get real cold, they don't work so good. Wild. Stupid. Hate being old. Next, I won't be able to sit crisscross applesauce in my chair all day. It'll make my knees hurt or something.
I don't know. I feel like you keep your flexibility up. Like, you know, Master Rochi stretches every morning or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. I did start to do my little Japanese radio taiso calisthenics in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
So it is nice. It's only 3 minutes, but like it's still helpful.
I mean, 3 minutes is a big deal if it's better. Like 3 is more than 0 is what I'd say.
3 minutes is usually enough when you know we get in those meetings and they're like, all right, I'll give you back 5 whole minutes. I'm just like, yeah, I do my little radio taiso in the meantime, and it's not like it's intense enough or anything that I'm getting like sweaty, you know.
See, I'm sorry, I can't empathize with that one. I'm pro sweat. That's me. If I didn't get sweaty during the workout, what am I doing here? Like, it's like, this better be important. I better sweat for this.
Like, okay, so doing a workout and doing a stretch to me are different. You know, I'm not doing a workout in between my meetings. I'm doing a stretch. Yeah. If I want to do a workout, I'm going to the gym and I'm doing a Zumba class, you know? Something that doesn't feel like exercise, but definitely is.
Damn, where is the Impossible Coin Zumba class? That's what I want to know.
It's all video game OSTs.
I'm down. That sounds great.
I'd go. You know what? I'd go.
You just like Zumba to like the the Celeste soundtrack for like 45 minutes or something.
Yeah, or something. Could be sick.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm just not about to like break out into a sweat in the middle of my office, you know?
Fair.
Go on, Brian. You started to say something, and then I interrupted you.
Well, I'm
As
just,
I am wont to do.
I'm just kind of like lost on the idea of the impossible coin Zumba class,
Okay.
and yeah,
Need a
It could be
um,
waystone?
fun.
yes, yes,
Okay.
I require a waystone.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm sure you're familiar with the concept of Zumba classes, right?
Yes,
Okay. So we would just be like, I guess, coordinating and hosting a Zumba class. We'd find an instructor. I don't know what the kind of Zumba instructor that we would all vibe with would be like, but I'm very interested to find out. And then we'd curate maybe a general vibe. I don't think we would submit a playlist. I don't know if we'd care about that much control. But like, I think we'd have to find someone that we trust to instruct the Zumba class with music that would get people moving.
would it be Festival Hardbody?
You know what? I'm interested if Festival Hardbody has like a background in Zumba, but he very much feels like a lift heavy guy as opposed to like a like a calisthenics sort of guy.
Mm.
Plyometrics is the word I was looking for, but like
Oof.
if Festival Hardbody's got the credentials, I'd definitely hear him out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think what with the surfing, I just it seems like he's physically fit. He doesn't just like sit around playing Clay Fighter all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like he wouldn't make fun of me for like having an asthma attack in the middle of it, you know?
Tegan,
That's important. That's
I gotta let
important to me.
I gotta let you know, if you have an asthma attack in the middle of a Zumba class and someone makes fun of you for it, I will kill them. That would be the last thing they will ever do.
I would pay money to see that. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Just like I start wheezing in the back, the instructor starts to say something into the mic, and it's just like, they're gone. What happened?
Oh no.
They seem to have evaporated off of the planet. Wow. I guess we got to find a new Zumba instructor.
And that would be unfortunate, but I'd do it, for the impossible coin Zumba enjoyers. Like that, it seems only fair to them.
Jesus Christ.
We'll put it on Will It Kill.
Oh no. Oh.
You can see the moment of activation, but will it kill?
So see what resources he has available, and it's like, oh my god.
Oh no. Like I'm just thinking about these terrible Gary's Mod videos I've been seeing on TikTok.
Okay.
Where somebody has created a space which is like a large maze, right? And then they sneak up behind a person and generally like hit them with a hammer, at which point they stand up and scream and start chasing the person who hit them with the hammer. And the whole point is like just outrun the dude for as long as you can through the horrible maze. And I'm just picturing somebody making fun of Tegan wheezing in Zumba, at which point the horrible scream like the Gary's Mod videos, and here comes Rob.
Flying out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah. Like, oh no. Oh no. Oh.
I can just see the shitty camera in the background. Someone pauses it and Sage M's like, alrighty, chat room. So I have one important question. Will it kill? It's like, what, you haven't seen this game before? Like, well, maybe you haven't been studying, Get your weight up.
God. Oh. Question is will it blend?
I don't know. Those immersion blenders are pretty good. Many things have been blended.
Okay, I have a really stupid question,
Hmm.
Sure.
and I'm sorry for it.
Okay.
Are air fryers just like not a thing anymore?
I mean,
Um,
I have an air fryer.
it seems like here in what I'll call the modern era,
Hmm.
um, that like a lot of ovens um come with like air fry settings.
Okay.
Um, and so the idea is like you don't need to own a separate air fryer anymore because now your oven just has an air fryer like setting, just like set your oven to air fry and it will air fry. Um,
Oh,
and
that's
I'm like,
cool.
yeah, and I'm like, man, so the idea of like the standalone air fryer is it, like seems to be like like they're making less of them because now they just assume that when you buy an oven, it's gonna have an air fryer function in it,
I mean,
and I'm not sure if I'm with that.
what I'd say, at least off the top of my head, one, I don't know anyone in recent memory that has bought a brand new oven.
Right,
Maybe it's just the stage of life that I'm in, and but like most places that like when people or move into a space, they have an oven that's like already installed, and so like, and while that oven is rarely new, it is still usually electric. I don't think it'll have that feature. Maybe the next like 5-10 years, when like I guess property holders or just people at large have to start replacing ovens. I don't know if the lifespan of an oven, like I feel like I've had family who've had ovens for like a generation, if not longer.
right.
And so like maybe that'll be a thing over time that will like outright replace the convenient desk countertop appliance that is the air fryer. But I feel like that's still kind of a ways off. And even then, like by the time that happens, either the portability needs to like be more valuable than like, the convenience of just having one appliance as opposed to two. But maybe they'll make that jump. Who knows? It just
I
sounds like
just
oven people are throwing the gauntlet.
I just feel like I think this is it's a case of history repeating itself because
Hmm.
once upon a time, in an effort to get out there on the leading edge, and this would have been in the '60s, the oven industry is like, you know what? Let's get ahead of this shit. When you buy an oven, you can just set it to microwave settings, um,
Oh.
and ovens were microwaves for like um a good 10 years. And then people were like, you know what? Fuck buying an oven with a microwave as part of it because it just drives up the cost of the oven. I just want to buy a goddamn oven.
That's
And
fair.
so then they started taking the microwaves out of the ovens.
Hmm.
Um and that was how we started to like get the little tiny standalone microwaves because people are like, you know what? I don't want an oven. I don't want a microwave in my oven, but I could still use a microwave for like bullshit. I could stand it have it around for like like maybe I got a sandwich at McDonald's like yesterday and I want to warm it up or something or whatever. Like people found that like for small individual like single serving use cases they were into it, but it was no longer part of like this like large kitchen apparatus. And I'm wondering, is this just the same thing again? Are people going to decide in like 10 years that you know what, fucking making the air fryer part of the oven just drives up the cost too much? But I don't know. That assumes that we still have a functioning society in 10 years, and we might just be back in ostrich land. So who knows? Who knows? Happy election, everybody. Jesus.
I mean, honestly, it does seem like a shenanigan. Like,
Yeah.
because like air fryers are more popular than ovens because like air
They're
fryers have,
smaller.
yeah,
They save a lot of space,
also
comparatively.
also faster in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
And like rather than ovens trying to compete, they're just like trying to absorb. And I feel like they should just like highlight their positives, which they do have. Like there are reasons I don't like bake a cake in an air fryer or anything, but like I don't know. I hope that doesn't work out. is what I'm trying to say.
I am now, just to satisfy my own curiosity. Yep. Just looked up. Somebody's like, "Here's how to make a delicious birthday cake in an air fryer."
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine. Have fun with that. I will
come
not be
on.
reading.
I mean, again, though, they are good for people who do not have the space for an oven. You
That's
know?
true. Yeah.
Oh. Step one: in a large bowl, add cream, butter, oil, white sugar, and vanilla. Then add the
Mhm.
eggs and the yogurt.
Mm-hmm. Wait,
Add
yogurt?
dry ingredients and milk, and to mix and combine. Do not overmix. Divide batter in half. Pour into two 8-inch cake pans.
We're still hung up on the yogurt.
Yeah. Why is there yogurt in the cake batter?
It looks like there's yogurt in the cake batter because if you don't put yogurt in the cake batter, then your air fryer is gonna be like, I'm just gonna dry this the fuck out.
Right.
I mean,
Uh,
that's gonna sub also your oil and your milk, it sounds like.
Whatever. I'll leave them alone.
I mean, it still looks like there is oil. There's still oil in this thing and
Yep.
milk. Yeah, yogurt is just straight up supplemental. Um, Crazy.
Yeah.
Um, I just gotta check on it. Is this a podcast? Have we podcasted?
I'm all right with that.
Hmm.
Oh, also sour cream or buttermilk sub.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that makes more sense. But I'm gonna leave them alone. Everybody, thanks for hanging out. This has been an Impossible Quinn podcast. You can find out where our podcasts are found. The music at the beginning and end has been created and produced by our friend Bixach. You can find his work at betweenrooms.bandcamp.com. Our logo was designed by Lauren Moran. You can find her on the social media platform formerly known as Twitter and Blue Sky at Lauren Moran. She also has a Patreon. She does great work. You should check her out sometime. We are also on social media. I am still on Facebook and Instagram. Brian is on the social media platform formerly known as Twitter and Blue Sky, and Tegan is on Tumblr, maybe someday TikTok. We will find out together. But we are also streaming pretty regularly on Twitch at twitch.tv/impossiblecoin. And we maintain a Discord, which is available on pretty much any of the social medias that I've mentioned up until now. Are there things I'm supposed to say here? I can't remember.
I think you got it.
Cool. Now, I guess with that, thank you for hanging out, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.
Bye.
Thank you for podcasting.
It's